not gonna say anything? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the first episode, matter of fact, of the Collective Unfiltered.
Yo!
We got a lot of heat coming, a lot of content coming for y'all. But today, you guys get 100% of Alexis Hornbuckle, co-founder of the Collective Unfiltered.
Thank you, bud. What's up? Hey, by the way, no, we can't do banging on the.
We wasn't. I'm from the suburbs. I'm just kidding. I'm not. But it sounded nice.
I'm trying to focus. Okay. No, seriously, I'm excited. Like. We get to do something that we kind of talked about since college days. We went to Tennessee together for
Go Balls, baby.
If you don't know, Lady Ball for life.
Orange.
But we've been talking about this for years, like 15 years.
Yeah, about 14.
Yeah, just different things because we were crazy like that. Like if y'all know us or went to school with us when we was wild and having cookouts and parties. Like, this was like, hey, we need to record our life. We need to write a book.
We just knew we was VH1 famous.
Low-key,
yeah. I mean, like, if y'all listening, you know, we accepting offers, so just putting that out in the universe.
Man, listen. Nah, but we're excited to be able to really just kind of tap into our market, which is sports, fitness, health, business, finance, equality.
100%.
Just helping people in general, bringing entertainment, education, lifestyle.
Right.
I mean, just us to
all
the
day,
table
every day.
In a way where it's not you have to worry about getting in trouble for what you say. Like,
we unfiltered.
Yeah, interviews are different. You know, interviews before or after a game or before or after practice. That's very different. You definitely always want to say the right things. You want to be true to who you are. But everybody's business is a little different. So, you know, some of the NBA or NFL guys, like, you know, they can kind of be truly unfiltered, and you know, if a woman does it, it's different. Like, we gotta be more professional and know how to act and the time and the place and all that.
Can't wait to get to that episode.
Listen, but here, it's just us. So, thank y'all. Just thank y'all for tuning in, and we look forward to just giving y'all every bit of what we got.
So, my G, tell us. Alexis Hornbuckle, here now. How did you get to this point right now?
Well, it took a lot of hard work, and I feel like it's taken years. Like, I feel like it's been like 100 years, and obviously,
you're not
I'm not. I know I'm not that old, so clearly I'm over exaggerating. But coming up in West Virginia, born and raised, just a small city, Dunbar, West Virginia. That people don't even know where that is, right? Yeah. So. It's small. Charleston is where I was born, West Virginia, but I just wanted out. I wanted to do something for my community, my state, my family. Wanted to get my education, and my parents made education first. Well, God first, education, family, sports, and then friends. So that's how I got here. I kind of just locked in. You know, The Bible says, "Train up a child in the way it should go, and when they grow old, they shall not depart from it." So I kind of did a whole circle.
You ain't depart. We just,
we was just on a little hiatus. But, that's how I got here today. Yeah.
All right. So West Virginia coming up, early years. Let's hear it.
Grew up, my dad coached me, like, from start to finish. My brother played. We're 15 months apart. He's older than me. He actually played in college as well. We'll get to that. He played NAIA at Rio Grande in Ohio. So he was the first to get a college scholarship. And that just motivated me. But growing up with him, I want to do what he did. So we both played soccer at age 4. Both started organized basketball age 4. And I actually liked soccer way better when I first started. Like, I love soccer. And I just liked basketball. And then it was just like I was more natural at basketball. And then I was like, I'm kind of good at this. I love this thing. Let me see how far I can go. And then, my brother's doing it. My cousins are doing it. My uncles are coaching. And it's just kind of in our genes. Just being athletes. But basketball was kind of the bigger common factor there. So that's kind of what led me into it. And then, went to 2 different high schools. Because I played 8th grade basketball, junior high. We didn't even have middle schools. Junior high basketball.
That's not the same thing?
Nah, junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th. So high school was only 10th through 12. So I played in the 8th grade.
Knew the difference.
Yeah. Well, that's
what
you had middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. Junior high was 7th through 9th, and then high school was 10th through 12th. And my last year of YMCA Biddy basketball in Huntington, West Virginia, was my 7th grade, after my 7th grade year. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. I get to play for the school. It's something different. It was way too easy. And I told my dad, like, I need to go, like, is there a way that I can go to high school, like, out of district? Because if not, I don't want to play. Right. You know, it just wasn't fun. It wasn't challenging. I was always a kid that I love challenges. You know, I want to figure it out. I want to be better than you. And that kind of made that drive. Ended up transferring and academically, and went to Capitol High School for 2 years, won 2 championships, and I missed my friends. So I went back to who I grew up with and graduated from South Charleston High School and won 2 more championships there. Yeah, that was crazy because they literally
had basically every year your high school career you won a championship.
Yep.
That's lit. That didn't happen for me.
Yeah, then I got to college and I realized, we didn't even lose a lot in college, but I'm like, I'm not used to losing. Yeah, it's different than pros.
So how was you had an AAU team?
Yeah, we had West Virginia Tornadoes. My dad's organization, he kind of just brought it up and brought it out, and I played for West Virginia Breakers. That was my first AAU team I played for, but then my dad just wanted to do something different. He saw like I just needed something different, and I love those guys and a lot of those girls I grew up with and were friends with throughout. But West Virginia Tornadoes, and we ended up being like Nike sponsored. Like I pretty much grew up a Nike kid, Nike All-American camps and all that good stuff. Got to test out the Shamiqua Hose Claw 6. I got your shoes.
Let's go, Lady
Back
Ball,
in the day, your first shoes from Nike. I think it was a Nike Shock. But that was pretty dope. But that was AAU growing up, and that was really my first bit of getting outside of the state, besides visiting family. Yeah. You know, in Detroit or New York, Ohio. But that was really kind of Alabama, but that was really kind of it. Indiana, maybe.
All right. So, how'd you become a Lady Ball?
That's an easy one, bud. That's an easy one. So, I was watching this special. Coach Summer did it, I believe it was in 1998, and it was a Cinderella story. Like, it was like a comeback season, right? And it was basically, they did not start off the season well, and they ended up winning it. You know, it was about the process and what she put them through and the standards and expectations she held them to. I'm talking about throwing up at 4 corners in each part of the trash. 4 trash cans in the corners for them to go throw, like running so hard, working so hard. Like, y'all want to go out or y'all want to do this and y'all not focused and this is what we need to do. And
so she had 4 trash cans on the court.
Like in the court, like close to, so you can run out. And you know what? I'm crazy enough to say, Daddy, I want to go there. Hey, my dad, I'm going to Tennessee. I started bleeding orange ever since then, seriously. Like, what do you want for Christmas? I don't know, something Tennessee. Sweater, jacket, coat, toboggan, shorts, t-shirt. It doesn't matter. Make it orange. Yep, make it orange. Dope. Yeah, so that's what led me to that. I needed someone to push me. My dad was always very tough on me, but in the sense of he taught me the fundamentals, and he's like, if we're going to play this game, we're going to play it right. And a lot of parents and people consider that too tough. You know, it's about having fun and teaching the kid first. Well, if you're really going to teach life lessons, then you need to put them in the fire and let them know. If you're going to do something, do it the right way, period. You know what I mean?
Sorry, this is really bothering me. You know, I've always been the one to make sure I get her together.
Hey, listen.
I was the put together one of the duo.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. I just go out. Like,
sorry, but I'm sitting here looking at the strings and one is like.
She always does that, but yeah. So that was pretty much it, though. Like that kind of wrapped up how I got there and what I wanted to do, and I just was locked in. Like literally after that, they're on TV, on the news, highlights. If I can read about them,
it's automatic. Never
went to like a Tennessee camp or anything like in that in high school. Just I was just blessed enough because of the way my father taught me, like defense first, team first, rebounding. You know, being a selfless player, but also being capable and able to score. And he took me to one basketball camp growing up, and that was Greg White basketball camp. At that time, he was the head coach at Marshall University in West Virginia. He also was a coach at University of Charleston in West Virginia, and he was just cold with the basketball. And that's where I I got my ball handling from him. Yeah. It's why you do it cold. Respect him, talk to him to this day. Like,
That's what's up.
I had that thing on a string. Like, I'm very appreciative for everything that he taught me and just taking the time. We didn't necessarily have the money to attend the camp, and he just told my dad, like, just bring them. Me, my brother, and I, like, just bring both of them. It'll be a pleasure to work with them. And I mean, I'm indebted to him realistically.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dope.
Yeah.
All right. So now, boom, you had this dream. He was like, oh, Tennessee. Oh my gosh, I love Tennessee. So now, that dream becomes a reality. So now you at Tennessee. Boom. Let's
make it sound
go.
so easy, bud. You make it sound so
Let's go.
easy.
You at Tennessee.
I'm at Tennessee. And I went in, so we had to go to summer school. You know, we were required to go to at least one session of summer school. Mm-hmm. Freshmen at that time, Pat required us to go to the first session of summer school. And
nothing but athletes on campus.
Yeah, nothing but athletes. Because we're there to get in shape, get all your medical stuff done, preseason workouts. And then, you know, the few regular students that are there is for school only. Right. But that's few.
Very few.
But so we're there first session of summer school. I actually had to go in early because I ended up finding out I have asthma and then I have a hole in my heart. So I had to go get a heart catheterization done before actual summer school, before all my teammates, you know, move in or whatnot. And thank God they measured the hole in my heart. It was only 7 millimeters, so I didn't have to have surgery. I mean, to this day, I just have to have an echo every year just to make sure everything's good. But
I'm glad you're okay so far.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I met you. You know, but for real, like, I'm definitely thankful to be here today. It scared me, but it's now I don't really even think about it, to be honest. So now I'm on campus, all that's clear, got the inhaler, everything's good. Preseason, Heather Mason.
Oh, Heather.
Hey, listen, if y'all don't know Heather Mason,
you better get
right now. She's at Ohio State. Like, I love that woman, hell of a lady. Like, I just love that woman.
All the credit.
She is by far the best strength and conditioning coach in the world. I stand behind that. I stand behind that. And Jenny Moshak is up there with the trainers. Do you hear me? The athletic trainers. Like, J-Mo got magic hands. She has magic hands. I love you, J-Mo.
Heather, what up?
Yeah, Mason, we're going to try to get both of y'all on here, matter of fact. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm there, summer school, preseason. Preseason ain't no joke. I mean, every sport has their different testings, right? So our big one was really the Tennessee test. That's 5 suicides in 5 minutes on the minute. So go, right? You run it in 30 seconds, you get a 30-second rest. Now, if you out of shape, take you 50 seconds, you get a 10-second rest. So it's kind of like you can be lazy if you want to. This is just going to be continued. You just running suicides for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah. And
then you're going to keep doing that weekly until you pass that test. So me being me, I used to run all the time. I used to go out and run 6 miles just because that was the soccer in me. Like, I just like to run. Yeah. But it was different type of conditioning in college. I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that. Like, I blew it out, you know what I mean? Like, fast times, like 28, 30, 32 on my suicides. And the first and second one, third one's like 38.
Oh, it's like you hit a wall.
Fourth one, like 45. And fifth one, like
you hit a wall. Legs dead, like, they not going.
Yeah, like
I already know.
So, I mean, I made it. I didn't have to take extra time. You know, I passed my test, but I still have my book, my strength and conditioning book, I think from 06. And it has like our times in it or whatever. And it's hilarious to like look at it. Like, I wasn't ready for that. So that was like getting thrown in the fire ASAP. But everything we did just made sense. You know, we were all competitors. They had a tough team and upperclassmen. And when we came in, our seniors were Shira Eli, Brittany Jackson, Lori Moore, Taisha Fluker. So, they were tough. You know what I mean? And we were coming in 5 All-Americans, 4 or 5 All-Americans, McDonald's All-Americans, and we think we hot shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, y'all, that year, y'all's recruiting class was the number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 in the country. I remember.
Had Candace, myself, Sybil Dostie, Sade Wiley Gatewood, Alex Hornbuckle, now Alex Simmons.
Because when y'all were freshmen, I was a senior in high school, and I'd already committed. So, of course, but prior to that, you know, I was already hip to lady ball basketball. Like, that was everything.
Yeah.
So like when I saw we number one recruiting class, I'm like, oh, bet I'm gonna be there when they there, you know, whatever. So I'm like, oh, bet.
It was. I mean, it didn't pan out exactly. You know, injuries and all of that, transfers. Couple transfers. Sybil left, went to Arizona, or she went to Arizona State. Yeah, she went back home to Arizona State. Sade went to Maryland. And everybody else stayed, but then you had Alex and Candace, both knee surgeries, red shirt years. So we didn't get that full shebang. And even Gateway, when she came in her freshman year, her knees weren't completely healthy, so she got in some games, but you know, it was short-lived. And we still made it to the Final Four that year. You know what I mean? We didn't win. We lost in the Final Four to Michigan State. We lost a 16-point lead in the second half. It was like the last 4 minutes. That crushed my heart.
That's tough.
But so that was kind of my freshman year, you know. And then you get there, you're like, oh, CP's not playing, man. Sunshine, Alex. I call Alex Sunshine. It's Sunshine. She wasn't playing. And we still get to the Final Four with the upperclassmen and what we had already. Sydney, Shauna, Dom, they were still there. And we lose. And I didn't come to Tennessee to lose. I came to win championships. So that was kind of devastating for me, especially my freshman year. You know, you have all these big thoughts and dreams, and you play it out how
you think it's going to go, and it goes...
Yep. Yeah, that ain't it. So I'm like, oh, okay. But that just puts you in grind mode in the summer. And then we go. That's when we met. So my sophomore year, y'all were there. So that season I started out strong, like grinding. All summer, stayed in the weight room. You know, I really didn't work, like I didn't go out and do like a lot of workouts on my own. I got up a lot of shots, but what I did was I played pickup all the time. Yeah. I played because I think the best way to really evaluate your skills is to go out there in a game like situation, and I played against guys. So it was like I need someone bigger, stronger, faster, because we will face some girls that are bigger, stronger, and faster at some point in time. And how do I match up against that? So also helps you perfect like getting off your shot, beating people to the spot, because they're quick.
If not, they're going to swat it.
Oh, yeah. Outthinking somebody like, oh, this is the athlete, or he has IQ, and what would I do in this situation? And being able to come out there and be just a defensive animal that season. Like, that's how I started. Yeah. Like, and at that time, I also knew the steals record, and I was like, I want to break it.
You want it.
Yep. So, and then I found out that at that time, Holly Warlick held it.
Who was your assistant?
Who was my assistant coach. So, I found that out.
Oh,
that's personal. Like
I'm for it.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So went after that. Everything was all good. I'm talking about balling out, coming off of all ACC freshman team. So I'm like excited to work and get back to the Final Four and try to win one. And then I break my wrist. February 10th,
Vandy,
2006. First Vandy at Tennessee in TBA.
I'm sitting right behind the bench.
Man, I dove to save the ball, and I'm looking down at the cheerleaders, and they just part like the Red Sea. And I'm like, oh, and I'm just, I go to catch myself, and I get up, I feel it, and I'm like, and I'm like, I go to J-Mo, like, tape it, like, I don't know, maybe it's sprained or something. I'm not thinking anything more than a sprain.
Right. Nothing you can't play through.
Yeah, so I keep playing. I get back in the game, I keep playing. Halftime, J-Mo's like, we got to take the tape off and look at it. Like, it immediately swelled up. And she just had that look, like, this ain't good. And she even said, this ain't good. And they took the little thing out, the little metal thing.
Oh, my God.
It's like, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest, but you ding it, like, and it shakes and vibrates, and then they put it on wherever the bones or whatever, like, around. And if there's a break or a fracture in there, that thing hurts. It, like, rings. It was painful. I felt
That's painful.
I felt it all the way up my shoulder. And I didn't know that that's what that meant at the time. She explained that later, but I was just like, tape it back up. I'm shaking my hand, like, tape it back up. Like, we tape it back up, I play. Like, I finished that game. But the second I knew something was wrong was I was fouled in the second half. I got a steal with my right hand, and it was like felt like my whole arm went limp. But I just recovered with my left. This is why it's important to be able to go right and left hand, kids. Right and left hand. Like, it was nothing. Like, oh, something ain't right. It's okay. I can still dribble. I can still work.
Right.
Get to the I get fouled. Mm-hmm. Got a free throw, and it's just like, it's nothing. And I'm just like, something ain't right.
Right.
In my head, I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want to come out the game.
Yeah, I don't want to come out.
It's a rivalry game.
Right.
Like I don't want to come out. And then after the game, found out, I broke my wrist. Again, year 2, devastating. I thought it was over. Like, I ain't gonna be able to make it to the Final Four. Like, I let my team down. You know what I mean? Like, just came in with big expectations, especially when Lori Moore was the senior point guard. Coming in when I was a freshman. And that's my sis, that's my twin, my twinkie. I love
that, Lori.
Oh man, I love you. So, but that's where she was. So coming into my sophomore year, having her graduate and having her take me under her wing and kind of show me how to be a point guard, a Pat Summit point guard. What it takes to lead Tennessee Lady Vols. What is the Tennessee way? So having that mentorship and friendship in place, I was excited.
Right.
So I really thought like, man, Lord, like, I'm not getting there again.
Yeah.
But I come back, I play. I had like a little made cast, special made, little soft kind of cast, but then it's wrapped in like ace bandage. It looks like a club on my hand. Like, I can't even really use my right hand. So we get to the Elite 8 versus UNC in Cleveland, and we lose. And that was heartbreaking because even though I came back and I'm playing with a broken wrist, it's still like, this is on me. Like, I came back to help and I couldn't fully help. You know what I mean? Even though I really didn't have my right hand or my strengths. But that was tough. So now it's like back to back. You know what I mean? And
it's like, dang, bro, what we gotta do?
Yeah, and then that of course ignited another fire. So, when adversity hits, you know how it goes. Either you stand up or you fall down. Like, you either, lay down or get up. That's it. And fight or flight. And I always have a fight mentality for the most part. Like, there's been time in my life where I've literally just like, Lord, I can't take it. But 95% of the time, it's fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were in the gym. We were doing workouts.
2 o'clock in the morning. Just in there. Just
putting up shots.
And Thompson Bowling, she putting up shots. I'm rebounding, I'm a goalkeeper. So anytime I get to catch a ball or whatever, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we for real put in the work.
A lot on both sides. And that started my junior year, 2007, was just like go time. I couldn't even imagine doing anything else but winning. It just felt like it was time. You know what I mean? I felt like as long as I stayed on task, it was going to happen.
Yeah, and it's just like everything you went through leading up to that point.
Oh yeah, and that feeling is really hard to explain until you've been there or you get it. You kind of got to go through some stuff to recognize what that really is and what's in front of you. Because when you're really hungry and you've had things taken that you just know is for you, like, that's for me. And for whatever reason it didn't work out yet, if you just keep going, like, that's what that felt like. Nah, like, this is me. Like, I'm gonna go through hell and high water.
Yep.
To do whatever it takes to help my team win a championship this year. And we pulled in 2 JUCO transfers, Shannon Bobbitt, Alberta Augusti, and 2 of the top players respectively in JUCO, scorers and players of the year. Like, they could go. Yeah. And they were serious about basketball, and they came in and helped tremendously. Like, Shannon Bobbitt is just, y'all, she was at the Rutgers, like, something special right there. Like, y'all, if you don't know anything about the Rucker Park, you're not a true hooper, number 1. Number 2, if you're a female, you can get there and get a name, you're doing something. And that was Bob. And then Bird was just a flat out scorer. Like, she get the ball, but she could lock up, she could pass, she could rebound. So those 2 brought a lot to the table on top of what we had. And finally, we get to the Final Four. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I remember.
We battled against Rutgers in 2007, I believe. And we got it. Then we go to the champ. And we get the first one. And that Philly buzz.
I just remember when y'all was getting off the bus, like, cause I came to.
I got this joint. What did I come to
the? Jesus. What game did I come to? Elite 8.
Yeah.
came to the Elite 8 game, and then of course I went back to Knoxville. I watched Final Four from the TV, but I just remember just when y'all got off the bus, everybody got back. Y'all pulled up at the stadium, like there were so many people just standing out there when the bus came. Like it was crazy. Just like it was honestly, it felt like I won a national championship. Like for real. Because you was my roommate.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? You was like my day one. Plus, like everybody on the squad, like I felt like I was hella tight with. But yeah, just like that feeling. It was just like y'all won it, but everybody won it. So it was just like, yo, that's fire.
It was love to the lady balls, like any lady ball sport, and that's really how it goes. Like the Tennessee way is we support each other. You know what I mean? Every sport. It doesn't matter, male, female, balls, lady balls, but when lady balls win something, it's just like we bring pride to the women's side, and this is why we should be called the lady balls. Like we're gonna work for this, we deserve this. Everything Coach Summit worked for, we're gonna keep intact. And that was obviously while she was there. It's even more motivating to do that and bring that to the campus and to the school. But that was fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
So now
fire.
You got that one, like you got that ship you came to Tennessee for. So now you about to be a senior. You coming off this high of a national championship. Senior year, what's up?
Even more motivated. I mean, came off different types of accolades in 2007 with the SEC, and I told you I was locked in for the steals record too. And breaking my wrist set me back, and so I felt like I had to do more defensively, and that was fun for me. So training wise, that was when that summer that we spent a lot of time on footwork, agility, speed, vertical, change your speed, change your direction, all of that, just awareness and everything, and that like, woo, that got me right. I felt like it was almost easy. Like defensively, obviously there's going to be games I struggle or we're off as a team, but overall, that year felt flawless up until a point, and then everything, is going well, and then December we always play Stanford. Like Lady Vols, we typically always play Stanford the last game before Christmas break. And only thing I ever asked for Christmas that year, because my grandmother was sick, my dad's mom, grandmama, Lucille Hornbuckle. She, Lucille Hornbuckle, she wasn't doing so well. She was sick, and we knew it. It was a matter of time, and all that. Literally, anybody say, "What do you want for Christmas, Lex? What do you want?" I just want to see grandmama one more time. I just want to talk to her one more time. It doesn't matter if she knows what's going on or not, if she remembers me or not, if she's aware or not alert. I just want to see her, one more time. And after the game, I'm on the bus to get back to the airport, and Pat calls me to the front of the bus. And first thing I'm like, did I go to class? Like you thinking,
what I do wrong?
Did I turn in on my homework?
You replaying everything?
Yeah. Did I do well in my quizzes or tests? Did I go off on somebody I wasn't supposed to? Like what happened? Like making sure, going down my trouble checklist. Right. Like I really been trying to stay out of trouble, Coach. I promise. But seriously, I just went through my checklist, and when I got up there, what I heard, I didn't expect to hear. I didn't want to hear. You know what I mean? I wasn't even prepared to hear it. Even though it's a matter of time, there's no way to prepare for it. There's no way to prepare for that. And, she told me my grandmother passed away, and it actually had happened, I believe, either the morning of the game, but she didn't want me distracted. But how I played that game, looking back now, that wasn't nothing but her with me. Because I had a full game. We did not win, but how I played, and it was just like, it was surreal. And that was tough. That was tough. And so on my shoes for the rest of the season, I just wrote "Give Me Strength." I wrote "Grandmama" on my shoe, and I just try to dedicate the rest of the season to her. And we get to the Final Four, so I'm happy. Obviously, it's another dance. We're back, and I played terrible. Oh Jesus, I played terrible. I didn't make a shot. I didn't make not one shot. I mean, it's 30, 40, 50,000 fans, and I can hear my father saying, take her out. Telling Pat, like, take her out. And and it was just, yeah, I agreed. So I looked at her and I go, Coach, I feel like I got, like, take me out. I am not helping this team. Like, there's got to be somebody who can do better than what I'm doing.
Right.
And she literally just pulls me close and she's like, Hornbuckle?
I hear that country twang right there.
Hornbuckle, we're better with you than without you. And I mean, my heart was confused, hurt, and comforted all in one. Because all I'm thinking is, Grandma, I just wanted to do this for you, and I'm about to not do this. I'm about to mess this up. If I could have done better, because it's a close game, so at this point, if I could have made layups, jump shot, the game would be different right now. And I just kept looking at him every timeout, every free throw, every dead ball, like looking at my shoes, give me strength. And that final moment, I did a dumb foul, and they get free throws. But if I remember correctly, she missed the first and made the second. We take a timeout, we get it down there or something of that nature. I don't remember if she missed both. Were we tied up? I don't even know.
I don't remember.
Yo, we'll have to recap that. We'll put that in the transcript or something. Yeah. But I don't remember the exact score. I don't remember if it was a tie game, but I want to say we were down by 1. Like, we had to score to win it. You know what I mean? Like, we had to score. So I want to say we were down by 1. And Nikki Caldwell, who is now Nikki Fargas, head coach at LSU. Big Nick. I'm sorry. Nikki Caldwell, LSU. Now Nikki Fargas, head coach. She was like, all right, listen, Hornbuckle, you're going to throw the ball into Candace. Candace, you're going to attack. Everybody's going to collapse. You are going to get the attention. If nobody collapses or it's a one-on-one situation, obviously go up with it. You know, take it to the hole, go to score. If they collapse, hit the open man. So she's going down like full speed, just like predicted. They collapsed, dump to Nikki. Big Nikki and Asiki, Big Nick in the building.
Hey, Big Nick.
Nick skip. So she goes up, layup, and misses. And my only assignment was to follow the play. It was almost as if they said, Lex, if you can't do nothing else today,
just rebound. Just grab the ball.
Lord Jesus, help us. So I do that, and I get a tip in. It goes in. So literally, the only shot I make is the game-winning shot.
That's all you needed.
Essentially. I mean, it was 0.7 left on the clock, so they get a timeout. They get the ball. So at the end, I also get a steal, which was kind of just capitalized the moment. And I just throw the ball in the air, and it's just like, to me, my eyes, started tearing up. And that, for me, that moment was more special than the actual championship game at that time. Not that I didn't appreciate or didn't soak up the championship. It was just, that was just such an emotional year and moment. Yeah, it was bigger than basketball. And I just felt like, Merry Christmas, Grandma. You know what I mean? This is what I wanted. You know what I mean? So that was captivating to be able to say, this is how we got to 08 championship my senior year. And then we smacked Stanford. No disrespect, but we were on a mission, and they said in the paper, basically, we couldn't hold them to X amount of points. And so, the way we're trained and the way Heather trains us and the way Pat's mindset is defense first. We go out, we go hard. Even if you come out and score on us or try to punch us in the mouth, we're going to stand up. But basically, we're going to try to punch you in the mouth first.
Right.
And that's how we came out. Like, we felt disrespected. And it was like, let's go get it.
I remember sitting on my couch like, let's go.
And Big Nick she locked down their guard. Candace Wiggins, who was like one of the top scorers in the NCAA that year. Our center, our 5, locked down their top scoring guard. Please don't tell me that you're a 5 and you don't got to get in shape or you're only... Be versatile. Be a basketball player. We have basketball players. Yeah. Like, we had players with high IQs. That's why it was a pleasure to play with them. But you know, 4 years, 2 ships, 3 SEC ships, you know what I'm saying? A couple accolades in there, and I'm just blessed.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even take it all in.
Nope. Nope.
Because I had to go to Walmart.
For the good WNBA draft. He was at Walmart, boy.
I can't make it up, boy. I can't make it up, man. I don't know.
No lie. No lie.
I honestly don't know what I was thinking. Like, so the championship game, it's different now, but the championship game was in Tampa. The Final Four was in Tampa. The draft was the next day. The next morning, really, is when we had to leave because it was a couple hours from where we were at in Tampa. And,
you ain't packing nothing nowhere.
we go to the mall in the morning. We didn't realize how early we had to leave in the morning, so my mom and I head out to the mall, but obviously the mall ain't open because I believe we had to be on the bus by like 9 or 10. Like, there's no way. It was just no way. So,
I'm sorry.
we go to Walmart because Walmart open, y'all.
Walmart always open.
Walmart is always open. So, yeah, my outfit, my draft day WNBA 2008 outfit came from Walmart. Shout out to Walmart for being on the big stage. Nah, but for real though, I mean, it looked alright.
Alright, so your outfit was cute.
I had kitten heels.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. I wasn't comfortable in self yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even came out to my parents at this point. So, yeah, I had kitten heels. Y'all, I had kitten heels. Anyway, fast forward that.
Yeah,
fast forward that.
You got drafted.
I did get drafted.
In the building.
I did get drafted. My agent at the time, Brian Dyke, and that's Cynthia Cooper's husband, by the way. I love Cynthia Cooper, so that opportunity was just amazing. Like, he's a great guy. Their whole company, him and Jay Baptiste, I mean, they get it done. A lot of respect and very thankful for everything they did for me, but got drafted number 4 overall.
Hey.
I was hyped. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, we're here.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, my brother, a few of my cousins, my sister, like, I had a lot of family support there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, when you're sitting at the table, that's kind of your immediate family. And then they have, like, a bleacher-type stands, like, kind of sitting off in the backdrop. And the rest of the family sitting there. And it was crazy because it was like, wait a minute. I just won a championship. Wait a minute. I just got drafted. Like, I really couldn't even take it all in because there was no stop. And I'm still in school. So I'm still trying to graduate, take tests, do finals, papers, all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. But within a week, I got to fly to Detroit to do like promos and do early physical, meet the coaches and the staff, and bam. And then you don't always, most coaches or some coaches don't allow players to go back and graduate and walk the stage, especially if you got a game or something like that. And Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn shot. Yeah, Detroit shot the bad boys. And Cheryl Reeves, who was the head coach of that dynasty in Minnesota, they were my coaches and they allowed me to go. I mean, it was a day trip. It was really, I felt like it was less than 24 hours, but I think it was less than 24 hours.
Right at 24.
Yeah, because they lost my bag. So
y'all should have saw what she graduated in.
First off, you're supposed to graduate like dressed up, like underneath your robe. And I lost my bag, so I had on some Adidas shell toe.
Remember?
A wife beater and black Adidas pants.
I saw in her gown, like, we all linked up because I didn't go to all the different graduations. We just met at Thornton Center, which is our athletic academic center. And so I finally see her, you know, Candace, her, like 3 or 4 of my teammates, a couple track athletes I was cool with. And I see Lex. And, you know, you from your gown, you just see kind of like the knee and below or a little bit past the knee. And I see 3 stripes and she got on shell toes. I'm like,
I was an Adidas athlete at that time, though.
I was like, what are you wearing? She said they lost my bag.
I had to walk across the stage. That's what I'm here for. Like, I got to do that. Hey, at least I went. I could have just said, you know what?
That's true.
I mean, I didn't have time to, like, go to a store and get my stuff, and I just didn't have time. Now they have, like, a Walmart in their campus and all this other stuff. Like, they didn't have that then. So.
Let's just say major events and her dressing up never really never really worked.
I make it work. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
You were present.
Yeah. So that kind of wrapped up all of my college and leading into my pros. It was cool. I had 6 years in the WNBA. Played for Detroit. Then Detroit got sold to Tulsa. Went to Tulsa. Did not like it. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I love like the administration, the front office. I even like the people and even like the businesses. It really felt like they embraced us and really treated us like professionals. Mm-hmm. And that was important because you don't always get that, especially if you're sharing with the NBA city and all that. Like there's the pros and cons that come with that. But we were literally the only professional team in Tulsa. Right. So it was like royalty. I remember after the first game, like we're out with the owners and the president and the GM, and we pull up to like this little, it's like a lounge type thing, and it serves food and it's red carpet and then the Tulsa shop. I'm like, where am I? Yes, I am here for this.
Come through. Let's go. Driver?
Yes. So, and yeah, they got us limos. Like, they picked us up and all brought everybody in limos. Like, it was crazy. So, that was pretty cool. But coaching-wise and just the atmosphere, I had to get out there. And Coach Reeves, that was her first year at Minnesota. And she just, kind of said, if you're looking to go somewhere, we would love to have you. Mm-hmm. And so, I ended that last season in 2010 with the Minnesota Lynx. And then came back the following season, and that's when they won the championship. So I was actually a part of their championship, their first championship for the Lynx franchise. And that was pretty amazing considering they had like, 4 or 5, I don't know how many they had. They just racking up. They like the Bulls, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They like, they're tough. Mm-hmm. But that happened, and then I went to Phoenix. I ended my last 2 seasons in Phoenix. And it was a pleasure. 6 years, 2 championships. It didn't end how I wanted it. Didn't go how I wanted it. But that was on me. Mm-hmm. And, we'll get more into that in other segments. But I still I'm thankful. And I embody, and I'm thankful. And I'm definitely now able to be accountable for all of my actions and realize, like, okay, there was a lot I could have done differently, but I had a blast.
Right. Yeah. I had a blast. Fun. Live it up.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I grew a lot. You kind of, when people say I wouldn't take anything back, I wouldn't change a thing because that's what made me who I am today. That is a true statement.
It's your journey, your story.
Oh yeah, I'm just. You can get hit and knocked down multiple times and get up and keep pressing, and God will open up different doors, and then sometimes He'll show you like, yes, this is a part of your dream and a part of your process and a part of your passion and purpose, but this wasn't everything I had for you, but I needed you to do this first.
Yep.
So that's more of what happened with my WBA. So I just now, my first year full retirement of playing. Did
welcome
11
to
years.
The club.
Yeah, welcome to the real life, like entrepreneurship on 10,000. Like,
most definitely. We got a lot of projects coming for y'all, so stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we got our hands in a little bit of everything, just diversifying our portfolio, making sure we're good, but also just making sure we can reach as many demographics and areas and cultures as possible. But it was a blessing, man. And now we're here today making this come to life.
Yeah. So what would you say is probably one of the biggest lessons that you learned from your 4 years in college, 6 years in WNBA, 11 years in total of professional basketball, including your overseas career?
Right.
What would you say is probably, when you look back over the course of your career, what was probably the one lesson you learned, or the one lesson that you would like to pass along to, the young lady or young male that's aspiring to do what you've done?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would think there's a lot, but I think if I had to go to one, it'd be sacrifice. So with sacrifice comes success. Like, you have to be willing to let go of some things or some people or multiple. It could be 1, it could be 10 things. Who knows? Everybody's story is different. But if you do that and you trust God and you're persistent and you're consistent, then you're going to get that outcome that you're meant for and that one that you desire. Because you got to be willing to give everything. And sometimes it's hard because you're like, well, this is how I got here. This is what I used to do. but everything evolves. You know, change is inevitable. So it's really important to know when you have to sacrifice old habits or old relationships or old people or old baggage just to move on to your next level. I think that for me, number one lesson.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Anything else that you want to kind of leave the people with, or you know what? Matter of fact,
You always scares me when you do that. But go ahead.
Nah. When people hear the name Alexis Hornbuckle, what do you want them to think, or what do you want to come to mind when they hear that name?
Besides champ,
Call me champ.
don't hate.
Yeah.
No, but champion mindset, because I think that embodies everything and kind of puts everything else into play.
Mm-hmm.
If your mindset is that of the top or the best or that 1%, then you're going to get that 1% results, or you're going to get very, very close to that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like everything that I've done, even as a young kid, was just like, man, that little girl, she's going to be a champ somewhere. She's going to be at the top. She's going to make it. Mm-hmm. And that literally has been my mindset, because that was my parents' mindset. You know, my dad is my coach, my mom in music. It was just, that's it.
That's all you knew.
Yeah, so champion mindset. Like when they think of me, so that way anything that they say, oh, she's involved in this, she's involved with that, then they know. Like, she's involved in this to be the best at it, or one of the best at it, or put it to the top, or as close to the top as possible.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I would have to definitely say that.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Lex's story. Next episode, of course, you got yours truly. But just at the end of the day, just be unfiltered in your truth.
All day, every day.